verse 428. There is neither being and non-being, nor the aspect of momentariness. There are neither thought constructions nor substances. Nothing obtains in mind only. So there's neither being and non-being. This is a peculiar one, isn't it? Why being and non-being? Why not being nor non-being? Well, this verse follows on directly from the previous one in meaning. The previous one was concerned in establishing what is true and what is false, and how we shouldn't be caught up in this process. And this is what's referred to in the phrase being and not being. The fundamental distinction here between being the one that we make between the so-called outer world and our inner world, the outer world of our shared experience and the inner world of our own thoughts and imagination. We tend to want to say this is what's real, imagination's unreal. This is being and this is non-being. This is what is and this is fantasy, insubstantial, and all the rest of it. So in establishing what is true and what is false, it's very much about what belongs to material reality and what is imagination, what belongs to fanciful subjectivity. So we step back from this. From the perspective of enlightenment practice, there isn't any difference. The world of the imagination is no different from the world of material reality. It's actually all out there. They are all what awareness can turn to. We can be aware of a door, or I can be aware of the idea of a door, the mental image of a door. Awareness is clever that way. You can be aware of things that don't exist. I can be aware of a golden flying dragon. I can be aware of a cosmic Buddha. I can be aware of a fresh turd left by an inconsiderate dog owner on the pavement. This is awareness. Awareness is what we're concerned with, and awareness is not concerned with being and non-being. It's not concerned with that process of making a distinction. So there's neither being and non-being, nor the aspect of momentariness. So the thing is, you think, well, if we're not concerned with all these things, what do we come back to? And this aspect of momentariness, this sounds suspiciously spiritual. Eckhart Tolle talks of the power of now, being in the moment, not being concerned with anxieties about the future or with neurosis left over from the past. Be in the moment, be free in the moment. But what's it saying here? We're not to be concerned with this aspect of momentariness. Well, this actually follows on from withdrawing from being and non-being, because the aspect of momentariness is what awareness is focusing on at that particular moment. It's all very well saying be in the now, But where is your attention at this point? Is it on an uncomfortable or painful feeling? It'll be on something. It has to be. That's the nature of the attention. And this is what's meant by the aspect of momentariness. What is the attention focused on at this moment? Well, as enlightenment practitioners, what we're focusing on is the attention itself, and not, as the next phrase says, thought constructions or substances. Thought constructions, the inner world of our mind, our thoughts, our imagination, and substances, that's the external, physical, material world. So this is enlightenment practice once again. There's neither being and non-being. We're not getting caught up in what is real and what is false, what is true and what is false. We're not getting caught up in distinguishing between the outer world and the inner world. And we're not getting caught up in what the attention is focused on. The last phrase says that there actually are no such distinctions. There are neither thought constructions nor substances. So that is just reinforcing not getting caught up in this process of discriminating between true and false, and not getting caught up in what the attention is focused on. What we focus on is the attention itself. We be with that. We expand it out. Because the attention is the narrowing of awareness. Awareness, if we can broaden the focus of our attention, into the whole field of experiencing, then we're abiding in mind only, where nothing obtains. We're not holding on to anything, and yet we're not holding on to anything in the sense of grasping it with our attention. And by doing this, by letting go of that, by being here in mind only, where nothing obtains, we are embracing everything. We're abiding in that awareness which embraces everything.